This video may contain content too mature for some viewers. Content including swearing, violent assaults, and graphic images. Viewer discretion advised.
Good day everyone, Shadow Scrappy here, and I have a really weird one for you today. See, now I was wondering why the Foundation would keep this until the last part. Just because it's smart doesn't mean it's not twisted. SCP-1013 Cockatrice. Containment class is Keter. These aren't listed, but the assumed disruption class is going to be Eki, and risk class is Danger. Special containment procedure. Standard safety procedures for visually reactive items EDA are to be posted at all times. Any staff entering the containment area are to review the document before entering, and wear AR-68 armored variant hazmat suit. Staff leaving the area with damaged suits are to remain in quarantine for at least 1 hour. Staff that are paralyzed during feeding, cleaning, or testing are to immediately be moved to medical custody until 5 hours after the recovery. SCP-1013 is to be fed one small mammal once a day. The feeding will only take place if there are no calcified remains left in within containment. Calcified remains that are no longer being fed upon are to be removed via incineration. Hazmat protocols are to be observed during the disposal process. Test subject remains will be taken to the containment area for feeding only when standard feeding practices can't be observed. Staff succumbing to the pre-feeding effects are to be removed and disposed of. All remains are to be disposed of within 1 hour of the final calcification. Description: SCP-1013 is a small reptile with a distinct avian head. A wide frill extends from the base of the head. It can be flared out via bony spines. The body looks similar to any common lizard, except for the head and the abnormally long tail. While the main body is 60 centimeters, or almost 2 feet, the tail is 121 centimeters, or almost 4 feet. SCP-1013 has been observed to trip and distract its prey with its tail. On the first quick glance, it looks like the head of a male chicken. But other than that, that's its only bird feature, other than its serrated beak with its needle-like teeth. But you're in luck because they're only used in feeding, not for hunting. The head lacks feathers, but has an enlarged wattle. How it hunts is by projecting an unknown radiation, wave, or magnetic force to prey's eyes that are making eye contact with it. Subjects report a sudden stabbing pain in all major muscle groups, with paralyzation setting in within 3 seconds. It lasts for 8 minutes with full recovery after 10. Paralyzed prey are then bitten, beginning the calcification process. Research is ongoing, as no form of venom or viral agent has been detected in the bite. However, this contact will initiate a rapid change in the cellular structure of the bitten subject. The outer skin will begin a very rapid calcification process, becoming very dense and inflexible over several minutes, starting from the point and extending outward, calcifying the whole body within 15 minutes. Subjects that recover from paralysis mid-calcification report feeling extremely painful, but in areas that are fully calcified have a burning numbness. This only extends 3 centimeters or 1 inch to the body, leaving most internal tissues undisturbed. The calcification appears not to affect the eyes, mouth, nose, or other major muscle membranes. There's currently no way to reverse the process. SCP-1013 will then begin to peck at the outer layer, where it will then begin to eat and dig and eat. It has a ferocious appetite, able to consume twice its body weight in each feeding. It only eats living flesh, ignoring anything that's dead or decomposing. It's noted to use the body's natural openings when available, and it can squeeze its body into very small holes. Prey normally dies from blood loss or massive internal damage before the feeding is complete, leaving what's left to decompose within the calcified remains. The outer tissue will break down over time, causing more tissue and muscle to be exposed, giving 1013 more to feed on. It sometimes waits for this process before feeding. I think you just made it mad. Addendum: SCP-1013 was recovered in Egypt near a former facility. Due to the lack of 1013s in the area, it's assumed that it was manufactured. 1013 had calcified several animals and 2 shepherds, which were observed. Recovery was achieved with the death of only 1 agent. Local communities dismissed the incident without any involvement of any Foundation agents. Here we have notes on behavior, where it said that SCP-1013 has behaviors like a spider, where it will capture, paralyze, and calcify its prey even when it's not hungry, presumably to eat it for later. Not always in that order, mind you. This was observed during Containment Breach Incident 11HR, where 20 staff members were found calcified. 1013 is very aggressive and will attempt to stare down and bite any subject that enters its containment area. The document notes its frills, which can be lifted suddenly, causing a loud snapping, which is used to scare subjects into looking at them. The range of the paralyzing stare is about 54 meters, or about 177 feet. 1013 seems to only be able to paralyze one subject at a time, but can attack in a rapid succession. 1013 seems to be immune to its own stare, just attacking its own reflection. 1013 also appears to feed only on mammals, feeding on things like fish, birds, and insects when near starving. It also prefers soft tissue, eating things like the eyes and tongue first whenever possible. And now the notes on its reproduction, which is level 2. So let me just... there we go. Don't worry about it. If you start to feel dizzy, that means the amnestics are starting to work. Testing into its feeding habits are ongoing and partially successful. The Foundation was curious with this near-endless hunger that is not normal for reptiles. It was thought that the paralyzation and the calcification was extremely taxing on the metabolism, causing the need to eat more. It's now very apparent that SCP-1013 reproduces by budding or basic cell division. It will eat a massive amount of tissue, increasing its body mass. It will then form cyst-like structures along its tail, each containing a juvenile. After about 48 hours, the juveniles will release themselves from the parents. The juvenile have no eating preference and will consume all biomatter, whether that's alive or dead. Unfortunately, they aren't cannibalistic and will just leave the calcified remains when there's no more food left. Juveniles would then seek out a place to begin rapid molting, doubling in size every 6 hours until they reach adult size. New adults would then begin to establish their territory so they can claim their spot in the eating-feeding cycle. Now, I want everyone to keep in mind that these cold, dark places could be things like ventilation staff, plumbing, old discarded clothes and shoes. It could be anywhere. And disrupting a juvenile during this period will provoke an instant attack. This sequence of behaviors was discovered after a lockdown event and site, resulting in failure. Recovery teams found that the site was infested with SCP-1013, with over 1,000 individuals being found and destroyed. The final sterilization took 8 weeks and multiple staff deaths. Research into control of its rampant reproductive cycle is ongoing, so they can turn into a bioweapon. See, this is our problem theories. Only existing to eat and breed is a bad time. Just look at the humans. The SCP universe, made by many people all over the world, is so extensive and fun to interact with. And I'm sure y'all have, will, or should go over the documents yourself and support all creators involved to bring you more, if you're interested. Be sure to keep an eye out when I release another video log, for the field keeps me very busy. Or check out one of our previous ones to catch yourself up. The Foundation F.I.X division is a off-the-record cleanup crew looking for more permanent fixes. We will fall here and there and maybe lose a couple of our lives. I know I have, but we will always get back up. And eventually fully integrate Z-nodes. So be sure to keep an open mind and always expect the inevitable unexpected, so we can secure, contain, and protect. Y'all have a good day.